Well, from the national budget, we move to a local tax revolt. The mayor of Campbell River is calling for city taxpayers to rise up against a proposed tax increase. Walter Jakeway says property owners in his city are getting, quote, screwed after council voted to increase taxes by almost 14%. As Dean Stoltz reports, Jakeway says taxes should be frozen.
We're screwing the taxpayer, and it's strange for a mayor to say that, but it's true.
First-term Campbell River Mayor Walter Jakeway says a 13.6% residential tax hike is too much for many residents.
I relate to the senior who's licking the tuna can, trying to save enough money to pay their taxes and user fees. If we can look after that person and get that person looked after, everybody higher on the income scales looked after.
It all comes after the city was forced to deal with a $3.6 million budget shortfall, which included $1.8 million less tax revenue from Catalyst. But the city was only able to find $1 million in savings, leaving a $2 million shortfall, which will now be covered by that increase in residential taxes, which for the average home of $268,000 means an increase of $136 a year. The vote was 4-3 in favor of the increase. Councillor Claire Moglove was one of them.
Decisions we make today as a council will affect how our city grows and functions over the next decade, 2 decades, 3 decades. So it's very important, in my opinion, to make sure that the city maintains the high level of service that we have.
And she says the actual increase is closer to 7%, not 13.6%, because of a decrease in the cost of user fees.
If you cut services to the bone, I don't believe that you are going to be in a position to attract new businesses and or new residents to the city of Campbell River, because why would anyone come to the city of Campbell River if we lose our amenities, if we lose our parks, if we lose our recreational facilities?
That is a flawed philosophy. 14% tax increases will keep more people away than adding another bit of park or sidewalk or curb.
You think there should have been more cuts?
Absolutely. There is no need to have a tax increase at all.
Do you think it could have been done with no tax increase?
Absolutely.
What more needed to be cut then?
We need to start all over again. There's a lot of projects that are being done this year that are coming out of essentially savings accounts. And when you don't have any money, you don't do projects. You don't do capital projects.
As far as calling for a tax revolt?
I do take some exception to the mayor's comments in that regard. Criticizing the way Campbell River is operating, in my view, that's counterproductive.